Live from Philadelphia, this is Good Day.
All right. Well, let's go to Jen Frederick now. She's been busy this morning. Earlier, you were covering the snow. What are you doing now, Jen?
Now I'm going to melt your face off. No, I'm not going to do that. But we're back with our favorite guy, Dr. B. There is a new type of Fraxel laser, and we have a victim, the lovely Fran. She's getting ready. We're going to tell you who this is for, why it is so great, and why Dr. B is one of the first people in the region to pull this off. It's a major coup. And Fran, we're not going to melt your face off, but you're going to be looking hot in about 2 hours, okay? So come right back. We're with Dr. B this morning.
7:51, men and women are looking for quick results from laser therapy quite often, you know that. But even 18 months ago, you had to take a few weeks off of work to recover. A lot of people are afraid to do too much because they're afraid of what they'll look like and it'll be too invasive.
I've been reading about this. It's called Fraxel laser, but I can't figure out what it means. What is a Fraxel, Jen?
A Fraxel is a type of laser. Dr. B is back. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So Fraxel therapy, what does that mean? What is a Fraxel laser?
Well, Fraxel is a brand name, but what it means, it's a fractionated laser. Makes tiny little microscopic holes while leaving normal skin around it, so that the healing is much quicker. In the old days, kind of take away the whole surface of the skin. While the results were great, that intervening 2 weeks was really bad.
Okay, let's look at some befores and afters. And you love the results. We talked about this. It's kind of like the Three Bears. Some like it super serious, some like it medium, some like it just right. You say this is an instance of it's just right. You get results without all that downtime.
Right. It's like baby bear's porridge, right in the middle. It's just right. Because there's a non-ablative fractionated laser, Fraxel, which is...
What does that mean?
That means it doesn't really destroy the skin.
Okay.
It just kind of makes little injuries, and that I use a lot for acne scarring, for really thick wrinkles. But for right in between, we have a lot of the signs of sun damage where you got brown spots, wrinkles, a little bit of sagging. It's perfect, and it just gives a little bit of peeling, so there's no real downtime.
Okay, so what we're doing here this morning, Fran, our lovely, lovely person here, you have this anesthesia on her. It'll stay on her for an hour. Why is it important for her face to be anesthetized?
Because if it doesn't, she'd be uncomfortable.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you feel it. It's like little needles. But with the cream on, how does it feel? You've had it, actually.
She sounds fine. And then we talked about this, and she doesn't have a mic, which is why we're speaking for her this morning.
Not bad.
So basically, her face will get red, and then she'll have like retin-A type flaking for a couple days?
Yeah, you get peeling for a few days afterwards. I tell people to use Clarisonic brush, kind of takes the scales away. It's real mild. So there's no real downtime, and that's a huge advantage.
So you could go to work after you had this done?
Yeah.
And then keep working and just say, hey, I'm a little fancier.
Yeah, I'm peeling a little, yeah.
Okay,
no big deal.
and then you use this for all kinds of things. You just said it, age spots, wrinkles.
Yep.
Does this replace Botox?
No.
Okay.
It's something totally separate. Botox is for the upper part of the face, kind of these dynamic lines where I need it in my forehead. Gets rid of that, the dreaded 11s.
Yeah.
So Botox kind of for the lines of facial expression. What Fraxel does, it really improves your whole skin.
Okay.
So that it rejuvenates it to an earlier time, because the sun damages our skin and causes aging.
Okay, so Fran's had it one time. This will be her second time, and this will be the last time she needs it?
That's right.
Okay, so what's going to happen here, Mike and Chanel, is Fran is so nice to not only come in during this weather, but let us kind of peek in on as this happens. We're going to do the procedure live, and by we I mean him, and then we're going to come back an hour later to see just how red she is. Just how pink does this stuff leave you? So all morning we're going to be here, and then you know we got to get in a little American Idol because the season is kicking up. Yeah.
So Jen, I have a question for you. So everybody, everywhere you go these days, all the women and men too, are doing this microdermabrasion, you know, like the loofah kind of a thing. Is this like that times 12?
Yes. Chanel's question was like, she's heard of microdermabrasion. Everyone's doing it. This is like that times 12, right? Like it's really scruffing it off?
Yeah, well, microdermabrasion doesn't really do anything meaningful to the skin long term.
Okay.
It's just kind of like a sanding. This is different. This makes microscopic little holes using a fiber laser, holes you can't see, thousands of them. And what the skin does is it heals in response to that injury. Gets rid of the bad sun damaged skin and heals with new.
Kind of like when you work out with your muscles, and then when they repair, you get muscles.
Exactly, kind of like that. That's what I'm talking about.
Gun show here. But yeah, that's what it is. It repairs itself and then repairs you, and then you look like a supermodel.
There you go.
And thank you again to our model there. I've forgotten her name already.
Fran.
Fran. Her face looks like a Cinnabon.
Mike.
Like an Entenmann's coffee
her
cake.
husband is watching, and her husband will open up a big can if you don't watch out.
Okay.
Oh, she's Thank you. But you know, afterwards, it's one of those things where it's not drastic, where your face looks different. It's just, oh, you look nice today. You look like you slept a little longer.
Yeah, you got rid of the
you
sun damage.
Refreshed.
Like big freckles that you don't want anymore.
Right.
I think it's a cool
Something
idea.
to think about.
We got to find out what the cost of that is, too.
Starts around 800, I think.
800?
Yeah, that's what I said. It was on the screen there. You were busy talking.
I'll stay with my freckles. Hey, coming up, a big name.
Thank you.
Do you know about Fraxel lasers?
Just say yes.
Fraxel lasers? I don't, Mike. I don't. Please tell me about it.
Well, Jen knows all about it.
Oh, all right.
Look, Bruce looks half his age. I'm sure he's had Fraxel more than once. Okay, Dr. B is back.
Yeah.
Exactly. And congratulations, you look good. Fran is back without the Cinnabon icing you'll see, Mike Jarek. Now she's truly ready for you. We are going to Fraxel her face, make her look even younger than she already does when we come back after the break. Now, Fran, you got to put these on, okay? This is a real deal situation.
Good look.
You know, I've had sunspots on my body.
Oh.
Sun damage. Sun damage, stuff like that. I think I want to do this Fraxel laser stuff. Are you taking layers of skin off there or what?
I think we're going to take some layers of skin off, but not in a really, really invasive way. And to be clear, Dr. B, he's the only guy in Pennsylvania that has this machine. There is one way up north in North Jersey. Good morning, sexy. I mean, doctor.
Oh, my God.
Okay, so Mike just asked the question, are we taking layers of skin off when we do this to poor Fran?
Well, not really. We're making tiny little holes in the skin, and then the skin reacts to that by kind of taking itself off.
Okay, and so you are actually going to do this while we're talking, Fran. You're ready, nod if you're ready. And she's had it done once before, and Dr. B said she's the ideal patient. You can go ahead and do some of this because she doesn't wiggle, she doesn't squirm, she doesn't move about. To do her entire face. Now, you say this will take about 15 minutes to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
What are you doing right there?
Well, as we move the laser across the skin, if you could see with a microscope, it's pretty cool. Because I've seen it makes tiny, tiny little microscopic holes. This is a fiber laser. These are actually used for telecommunications. Fiber optic network. That's where they were first developed.
And are you looking for specific things on her skin that you want to address, or are you just doing the whole face?
Well, we treat the whole face. We treat every square inch.
And because she had that cream on for about an hour, it looks like it doesn't hurt at all. Can she feel even a little bit of that?
Ask her.
Fran, you can feel a little bit? Does it feel like a ding, 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 ding?
A little bit like a pin just every so often.
But you're not moving at all.
It's not real painful.
Not real painful. And her skin is beginning to get a little bit pink. I know that you were talking with your lovely assistant, Jess, about numbers. Are you going to do like one level of it first and then a second level later?
Yes, so what we do is we do one wavelength first for 4 passes, 4 times over the face, and then we switch the wavelength of the light. Totally different color of light, although it's invisible, but wavelength. And we do 4 more passes.
Now, if her skin was unable to tolerate it, would you know right away? Would you already know you'd be having problems?
You know what? I've never had anyone unable to tolerate this, honestly. But, yeah, I mean, what you look for with any laser, you just look to make sure it reacts the way you expect. And what I expect is for it just to turn pink.
A little bit pink.
And this is all I do all day long, so if anything's out of the ordinary, but, you know, it's not. And one of the reasons it's not is because the people that designed this laser did a very good job of making a uniform. I mean, these people are smart.
About this, real briefly, other than like real severe CO2 lasers that might have 2 weeks of downtime?
Well, severe CO2 lasers burn away the entire surface of the skin, and when you do that, the skin has a much harder time of fighting infection. In addition, you can get permanent whitening of the skin that lasts forever from that. That has not been described ever, to my knowledge, with Fraxel fractionated lasers.
Okay, so you keep going. And Mike Jarek, Fran says she'll help you through it if you want to come and have that done. And she'll hold your hand and pinch your bottom and whatever you want. Now, here's the thing. What's really cool is that Fran's going to stick around for another hour. So when we're talking about American Idol, when you see my big interview with Steven Tyler and Jennifer Lopez, you'll be able to see what she actually looks like 1 hour later. We never see that. So we'll be able to see if Dr. B is right, if there's very little, redness and stuff.
Okay. Now, when you interviewed Steven Tyler, did you have those glasses on?
Every time I meet a rock star, I try to have these glasses on.
Those are
Nice.
something.
So they're cool and you can still see.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Thank you. Move over, J-Lo.
Yeah.
I'm so excited that started, by the way.
Buzz.
Years Idol is going to be good.
It is going to be
I just how you feel.
Let's check out some roads here because of the weather.
We're seeing some minor